Drug development is at its strongest when there's trust between the sponsor and the CRO/CDMO. Here are some stories of ways the sponsors have inspired us. Tell us about one of your favorite client memories.
One time a client flew out, took a long trip just to come to the clinic, just to see the dosing of their first subject, which took place over just 5 minutes. But what it really showed me was the client really cared about their molecule. This was their baby.
I had a client that was a lot more transparent than the other clients I was working with. They were coming to us with their goals, sharing why they were trying to achieve certain milestones and what all of that meant. It really gave us a picture beyond what we saw right in front of us. And that made a huge difference in really wanting to partner with them, really wanting to be a part of that journey. And I was really lucky to have that early on in my career.
How do you help clients proactively?
A lot of times it's timeline driven for us to be very proactive and knowing when they need support. We sometimes can see where they're going to fall into a critical timeline, and we're able to then either mitigate a risk that we can see that's coming that they didn't even know would be there.
That happened very recent. One of our clients, they had 2 pre-INDs, right? They were going through 2 different routes. And in this particular instance, we were working, our CDMO, our clinical site, and our regulatory as well was involved in this project. And when we had some internal meetings in terms of some forecasting, etc., with our regulatory folks, they came with the point that, they have seen the whole pre-IND package, and there were some nuances involved, which was important for the product development and the design. So they brought it up, and at the next meeting, without client coming to us, we were proposing these are some of the things we saw through the package, and we have to work through it, right? So we need a strategy to move forward to answer some of these FDA questions. So that's where, we could incorporate some design in the product to mitigate that.
Tell us about a time you went the extra mile for a client.
So we had a client reached out to us. They needed some urgent information for a submission. An agency had gotten in contact with them. There was something missing or classification document that they needed. We immediately jumped on a call with them to make sure that we understood their request, and we were able to provide exactly what they needed the same day.
We had a recent example where we had, I think, probably 7 different departments in on a call, looking at a timeline and saying, okay, what can we do? What can you do? How do we find a way to meet this client's deadline? And we were able to do it.
Partnership is built on commitment and trust. To our clients, thank you for yours. We look forward to supporting what comes next.